Read the next one.
Yes, ma'am.
Lie and lay.
Lie means to tell a lie. It can also mean to recline. Lay means to place down.
I lay down my phone for a short time. So lay. That's why you use lay. Lose and lose. ये convert में भी तो क्या निशी किधर गए थे? Put your videos on. Yes. That's what she said. Why? Manya. Okay, you all read. Chalo. Lose, lose.
Lose is an adjective meaning free or released from attachment. It was open, so the farmer started to lose. Lose, LOSC is always a verb meaning to misplace or not victorious. Since you do not want to lose the race.
Correct? So LOO means Tila.
Yeah.
And LO means Gumoja. Lose. Gumoja. Dan and then. Dan, you read. Dan and then.
Use that when making a comparison. Apple is larger than most companies. Use then when referring to a cause and effect of the minute or times. If my study is for 1 hour, then we will go to the concept.
Clear now? There. You read. देखो बुरा लगेगा.
Use there to indicate the place. Chris said that the store is there.
Yeah.
At the corner of the street. Use there to show ownership. The items amaze the picture.
Where is there in this sentence? There, teacher. It's written there. So that should be there.
There are.
Okay. Amaze there, teacher. Use there as a contraction. You don't disturb her.
Yes, you are. There are the contraction for they are.
They are.
They're running for student government.
This. Yeah. 2. Manya, read.
Use to indicate direction. Brian walked to the grocery store or form infinitives. He wanted to buy some juice. Use to when talking about quantities of things. While at the store, he decided to buy some candy too. Use to indicate the number 2. In all, Brian bought 2 items at the store.
Okay, this is simple. Who and which? Are they three? Who and which?
Use to refer to people. The man who left his wallet returned shortly. Use which to refer to things that are not considered people. Which brand of computer do you prefer?
So who refers to people and which refers to things that are not people? Which and that? Nishi?
Use which when referring to things that are not essential to the sentence. Phrase, Frank bought a car which had a zebra stripe pattern for his birthday. Use that when referring to things that are essential to the sentence or phrase. Michael wanted a dog that could sit in her lap. Michelle, sorry.
What did she say at the end?
Michelle. She corrected herself.
Okay. Fine. So when you are referring to something that is not very important to the sentence, you will say which. If it is something that is important, that's essential, you will use that. Just as if it was in Michael wanted a dog that could sit in her lap. Who or whom? Karmanya, read.
Who or whom. Use who as the subject. Who is the person that designed the poster. Whom as the object of a verb or preposition. To whom to deliver I. To whom do I deliver the flowers?
Okay, so use who as the subject when you're referring to it as a subject. Who is the person that designed the poster? So it's the subject. Who has designed it? Use whom as the object of a verb or a preposition. Okay, like to whom do I deliver the flowers? So here it is an object, which is a subject here. I. Who's going to be the doer? Who's going to deliver? I. So I is the subject. So object is whom. So when you're referring to it as an object, then you should say whom. Then whose and whose. Again, whose is a contraction. So who is? Who is in charge of this group? So whose. Use whose to show ownership. The journalist wanted to know whose story was more accurate. So simple, just like it and its. When you know whose is who is, in case there's any confusion. If it's not who is, then you write whose. Your and your. Who read this? Sneha, read.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, your and you are na.
Yes.
Use your to show ownership. How would you like your food prepared? Ask the waiter. Use you are as a contraction for you are. You are the best candidate for the job.
So what is the difference? Your and your?
You are.
जगह change करूँगी. Your and दोनों ही करूँ. So your and your. So your is what?
You are. Your means your belonging.
Huh. And you are.
You are.
You are. It's a contraction. Then list of commonly used homophones. Emigrant, immigrant. Eminent, imminent. Emigrant is who leaves the country, one country to move to another. Immigrant is who enters. When you're going, you're an immigrant. When you're coming to some country, you're an immigrant. Eminent, imminent. Eminent, well known. Imminent, about to happen. Pain and faint. Pain, to give a false appearance. To feign ignorance. Faint. Faint is faint, to lose consciousness. Farther and further, greater, yes. Further is the metaphorical distance and farther is the actual distance. See, I can see him going farther, so the distance he's going farther. I have nothing further to tell. Flaunt and flout. Flaunt means to make our body display, like to show. Yeah. Flout is to defy. Defy means to go against, flouting the rules, flouting the norms. Ideal and idle. Yes, Karmanya? Ideal and idle. Ingenious and ingenious. Ingenious is clever and imaginative. And ingenious is frank and open. So, Karmanya, are you ingenious or are you ingenious?
Ingenious.
Ingenious. You're not ingenious.
It's like, I don't know. Go further.
Moral? No, I think he didn't hear what I said. You heard what I said?
तो मतलब
नीचे देख के स्माइल कर रहे हैं देख रहे हैं कहाँ गुम हो गया वो moral versus moral. Moral, having my high moral values, and moral, state of mind in terms of confidence and courage. Ordinance and ordinance. There is no I. Ordinance, rule of order. Ordinance, arms and ammunition to ordinance. Proceed with a single E and proceed. With a single E and E, proceed and proceed. Proceed, go in advance of. A precedes B, means something that comes before something is precede. And proceed is to go on, proceed. Prescribe and proscribe. What is prescribe? To recommend or set down a rule, some rules to be followed. Proscribe is to balance. The doctor prescribed curd for the patient. He restricted him from having curds. Principal and principle. इसका क्या difference है? With a PAL and PLE. What is the difference? Yes, correct. Principal or school principal or refers also to major. Okay, carelessness is the principal, means either come here and sit. Come here. But I'll keep your name but only. Good. So principal will be anything even major. Carelessness is a principal PAL cause. It's a major cause. And principal, okay, and also pertaining to the original sum, you're taking a loan. So if you're taking a loan of 10 lakhs, 10 lakhs is your principal amount. वो किया होगा ना principal and interest. So that is PAL. And principal, general rule or truth. Quiet and quit and quiet. Quiet, quiet. Calm, silent. Quit is to quit doing, छोड़ देना. And quiet is entirely, really. And Preeti felt quite ill. She is quite talkative. She is not quiet. And which was the you have to quit talking. For her, I couldn't think because she is quiet. She is quite quiet. Then rain and rain. G. Yeah. Rain. What is rain? Rain go away. Yes. Come again another day. And rain is what, Adesh? REIN क्या है?
Ma'am, to guide a horse, a device to guide a horse.
What?
A device to guide a horse.
So what is that? Elaborate. Rain, Manya? Yes, very.
Is it the bell thing that we hit the horse's
Yes.
back with?
Yes, it's the belt that we hold when we are riding a horse. Rain, rule. Okay, rule of the sovereign. Raise. Raise is to lift. Raise is to demolish, to break down. Septic, skeptic. Septic is infection. Skeptic, who is a skeptic? Is doubtful. Who is always in doubt. Skeptic. Simulate, stimulate. Simulate is to imitate or to pretend. Like we have those simulation. Yes, those simulation games or those simulators where the pilots, they take their
To
training.
cabins.
So that similar situation is created over. Stimulate, to excite, provoke, inspire. Sour, sour, sour. Sour,
Unhappy.
unhappy, bitter. Bitter in the sense of not taste, feeling bitter.
Sore also is sore throat.
Sore throat.
Ah.
That will be SOR. Huh? Then stationary. Soar is SOAR. SOAR. To rise up. Stationary and E. Stationary, one with a and one with an E. So stationary A is static, motionless, and stationary writing material. Chalo, here we will listen to this. Straight. Straight is what? STRAIT. Narrow passage of water. The Park Strait. So that's a water body that divides narrow passage of water connecting two larger bodies. So it is separated by a landmass. So that's a strait. Suit and sweet. Suit क्या? Suit. What do you wear? And sweet is what? The room. Honeymoons. Temper. Temper to meddle. Like you order for something and the package was tampered with. Temper and nature. Urban and urbane. Urban belonging to the city or town, urbane, or so the qualities of being urban, urbane. Vain, conceited, useless. Vain, a direction pointer, wind vane. Vein is your blood vessel. Venal and venial. Venal, evil, corrupt, immoral. Venial, something that can be pardoned. The venial mischief of the child is often overlooked. Waste, Kamal, waste is something that you don't need. Weather. Weather and weather, WH. Yeah. I don't know whether I should do this or that. So that will be WH. No, you don't have an option whether I should talk or no. You should not talk. Whether I should keep quiet or I should keep quiet is your option. Whose and whose. Whose possessive and who is contraction. Your again, your possessive, you are. Can, capability. May, permission. Able, power or general and strength. How much more? Last bit. Then we exercise. Capable. Advice, suggestion. And see this. Advise, SE. Yes, Nishi.
Ma'am, this is getting boring.
I know, yeah. Last ones. Okay. Advise. We'll do this exercise now. After this, we just skim through it. You only read it quickly, Chan. Advice.
Suggestion and advice is counsel.
Those sentences you'll read on your own later.
Yeah. Beside is adjacent or nearby, and besides is also as well as.
Descent.
Descent is suitable. Descent is to act coming down. The act coming down, and descent is to differ. Next, desert is the wasteland or to abandon, and desert is the sweet, I think. Yeah, the course at the end of the day.
Yeah, this word, how do you read?
Desert.
Dessert. ये जो sweet dish वाला dessert है ना?
Yeah.
That is pronounced as dessert.
Dessert. Okay.
And the desert.
Double and duel contest between two people.
exercise. Solve the exercise. How much time? Do one thing. Solve till 10 over here. Okay, you can refer to the net if you want.
10 of what?
Exercise.
Exercise quality.
Which one?
Exercise quality.
Acha, first one has 10 only. Solve the second one 10. First one you all do for homework. And second 10, 11 onwards you all can do for homework. Solve the second 10. Because in the second one I saw things that are a little more. First one is a little, it's quite easy. It's not too difficult. Fan look. You want to solve it together or you want to do it on your own?
We can discuss if you want. Or Instagram.
Chalega.
We first tell you.
You all will need your dictionaries on this.
What is lower? Wait. Yes. Lower with a D would be a verb.
Yeah. Loath, no?
Yeah.
Loath, Loath is an adjective and LOATHE is a verb.
What is the meaning?
Not to like something.
First, it is more extreme than that, right? To
Yeah.
present something.
Yeah, to hate, this to be disgusted with something like that.
Say, Mama,
That's a verb.
created noun and a verb. Adjective and a verb. Okay, adjective and a verb. Same word, same meaning.
So first one is what?
Loose and uninterested, I think. Yeah, I do.
First one, see, uninterested and disinterested, no?
Uninterested.
Uninterested and disinterested. First is lose and lose. What is it? I have come, the pages have come.
Loose.
Lose. So that will be double O. Second one,
Uninterested.
uninterested. Yes. And disinterested. The second one will be uninterested. Third one. Now, what is the difference between uninterested and disinterested?
Uninterested, I do not want to be interested.
See, disinterested क्या पता है? Disinterested means you are indifferent to it. Huh? Like disinterested. No? Like I'm seeing a match. I don't like watching matches, so I'll be disinterested in it. And something that I actually don't like I don't like maths as a subject. So I'll say I'm uninterested.
Lack of interest. Then, but
Not
not really
yeah.
by it.
Yes.
It's okay with
So uninterested is more extreme. Lack of disinterested is like an indifference. ठीक है जो भी है बस.
you're okay with it.
You're okay with it. You're being like unbiased. Then next one. Online students.
Yeah.
The third one, the answer is AAB.
Second one is what?
Oh, I think it's AB.
See here, know that loath. Okay, first one is okay. That's A. Prophecy. Prophecy. See that's prophecy with the CY and prophesy. That's pronounced as the one with the SY. No, that's pronounced as prophesy. Okay. Now prophesy means who's doing it. Wait, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Yes. Yeah, prophecy is the noun and prophesy is the verb. So remember, it's like जो कर रहा, what is the meaning of prophecy or prophesize?
Omen.
हाँ, कुछ फ्यूचर का प्रिडिक्शन करना ना, ओमेन प्रिडिक्शन करना is to prophesize. ओके, तो जो करता है ना वो प्रोफेसाई कर रहा है. ओके, एंड जो वो क्या कर रहा है, वो प्रोफेसी कर रहा है. Little confusing. Very confusing. How do I elaborate this? Prophecy is the verb. The doing of it is prophecy, prophesy. The doing right over there where sy is written, over there write verb. Girls wait, girls look. So where it is sy, write verb, and where it is cy, write noun. Okay? हाँ, means वो future का prediction करना is prophesy, और क्या predict कर रहे हैं वो prophecy है. The doing of the prediction is the prophesy, because that is the verb. Correct? Karmanya got it? No, now थोड़ा कुछ. I saw a nod there. हाँ. So जो action है वो prophesy है, जो करना है. एंड जो हम लोग कर रहे हैं, हम लोग प्रेडिक्ट कर रहे हैं, तो जो हम लोग प्रेडिक्ट करते हैं वो प्रोफेसी हो गया. गॉट इट? ओके, सो यू ऑल आल्सो गॉट इट?
मैम अगर ऐसा कोई एग्जाम्पल हो रहा है अभी तो आप मतलब बता रहे हो.
इफ यू आर नॉट श्योर देन लीव इट. नो नेगेटिव, देयर इज नेगेटिव मार्किंग.
बट विल लूज 4 marks and if we attempt it we'll lose 1. एक नहीं लूज 4 marks पे ईगो काउंट भी होगा ना. 0 marks अरे पर 4 marks से पहले है ना, 4 marks से जुड़ा रहना. 1 marks 4 है, और अगर हम माइनस
अटेम्प्ट करके रॉन्ग करेंगे
5 marks जाएगा.
So that's why, see, you cannot blindly go only as per these words. अपना vocabulary improve करते ही रहे. Now, loath and loath, L-O-T-H-E. Loath is a no, loath, L-O-A-T-H-E, that is a verb. And loath means L-O-A-T-H, right over there, loath, L-O-A-T-H means reluctant. L-O-A-T-H means reluctant. And usually it is used with a to. So loath, to admit. So in the second one, it will be a. Loath.
Ma'am, I think it should be B because loath, the other loath means hate. So I hate.
No,
to
see,
admit.
the other loath, no, that is disgusted.
Or hate, right?
Disgusted to do something.
Right. So I was disgusted to admit that I was totally jealous.
No, you do one thing. After the class, this will take you time to understand. So after the class, refer to the net for this. Refer to the net for even this uninterested and disinterested. Okay, you will see that when they are talking about L-O-A-T-H, they talk about it being accompanied with a to verb. And over here, in this case, it is I loathe to admit. So what is the sentence? I loathe, or whichever loathe it may be, to admit that I was totally jealous. Which means what? Am I disgusted to admit, or am I reluctant to admit? So I am reluctant, correct? I am reluctant to admit that I was jealous. So over here, loathe is the word that is will appropriately fit in there. You can put a star or a circle there, and after the class, analyze that word, these two words. Okay, then wrecked, wreaked and wrecked. अब इसमें क्या फर्क है? Check on the net. Even you people would be having your phones. Check.
Direct line होता है.
हाँ? नहीं. Reek is to cause something to happen. Write down over there. Reek is to cause something to happen. And wrecked is destroyed. Okay, something that has been destroyed, wrecked, like the ship wrecked. Okay, so here which one will it be? Reek. The storm wreaked havoc. So the storm caused havoc.
No, I think it should be the second one.
See, if you're using the second word, no, it will be like the storm. If it was the storm wrecked the ship. So the ship was destroyed. So when you're using something, you're using the word with reference to something that has been wrecked, destroyed, then you can say wrecked, W-R-E. Okay, whereas the first one will be, refers to something where you're talking about something causing something to happen. So here, what did the storm lead to?
Havoc.
The storm caused havoc. You won't say the storm destroyed havoc. Correct? So you'll use wreaked over here. Second one, this should be clear. Accessory and excess. Read the full sentence. Read the complete sentence.
Accessory.
Accessory. Yes. Accessory minerals, not excess minerals. Next, weather and weather. This should be clear. I hope we have good dash during our trip. So which weather will you use here? Yeah, Karmanya, you're muted. Second one, yes. Weather. This is clear.
Like if we get the first steps, who the options is A, B or something.
क्या ये first ये नहीं होगा.
मतलब अगर if we know that first one is A and second one is B, then in the options there is only one option that has A and B in the start. It becomes obvious. Third one will be B.
A and A now for second is A.
Oh.
But then okay, going by that logic also, it is okay. You're saying that okay, first is A, second is A, so there is only one option which has two A's. That's also a smart way of looking at it. Fourth one, do you know what she said? क्या बोली वो? What did she say? Karmanya, unmute and speak. Whom is he talking to?
Ma'am, she said that पहले दो A हो गए तो बस एक ही ऑप्शन है जिसमें AA है.
Correct. Right? So that's a smart way of looking at it because there's only one, but then you have to be sure of the first two. That's when you can go as for that. Right? There's only one option which has AA. Okay. Good, smart, intelligent. Next one, fourth. Historic and historical. Though the story was focused on historic or historical figures, it was mainly fiction. Now, historic, write down over there, is important in history. Refers to something that is important in history. And historical is something that belongs to a earlier period. Okay, like this is a historical monument. Oh, monument was built earlier. So which one would be correct here? A, historic. Next one will be B. How do you know next is B?
Because ensure
Correct.
for the judge to ensure
It cannot be ensured. Some of them are very clear, right? Correct. So it won't be ensured. So it's going to be assert. The accused made a passionate effort before the judge to not ensure but to assert his innocence. Now complemented and complemented. The authorities. Question 4 is B and B. That's B. Historic. See, though the story was focused on historic or historical का फर्क समझना. Historic is right over there, something that's important in history. And historical is something that belongs to an earlier period. अब sentence क्या है? Though the story was focused on dash figures, it was mainly fiction. So here we are talking about some people, probably, right? They were important to history, like Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela. So they were important to history. They were not historical. Like a monument could be historical. So here this will be historic, important. Behind let it be B. There are even over behind, even your second is B, but the answer is A. Okay, so this would be historic. And next would be assert. So BB. Complimented and complimented the authorities dash or for completing. This is clear. Adesh, which one will it be? Adesh Pani clear. Adesh. Complimented.
B1.
Correct. And second, the invasion was preceded or proceeded by a massive mobilization of armed forces. Nishi?
Preceded.
Sorry, what did you say? Nishi?
Preceded.
Preceded. क्या डाला? हाँ? 5 minutes कर लेते हैं. उसी वक्त से तो क्या बोलूं? तुमने को देना टेस्ट देना. अभी तो करें. अभी टाइम नहीं है. 6th one. We'll do till the 10th. We had to offer our house as a guarantee or warranty for getting guarantees. Warranty is what? You get a Manya, what is warranty?
If you buy a thing and if it gets ruined within the warranty period, you get a new one replaced.
They will repair it and give it to you.
Yeah, basically.
Then, so here this will be guarantee. The golfer waddled or waggled the club.
A.
Waddled is what? See in your this. What is waddle? See in your dictionaries. What is waddle and what is waggle? And what is waddle? Waggle. Correct. So he waddle or waggle?
It should be waggle because so but according to that now. Yeah.
It should be B. Correct. So this should be B. I was so tickled or pickled at the party that I sat down. Ticked or pickled?
Ticked.
I'm pickled.
Pickled. So it will be B. Pickled.
Why will it be pickled?
See the word. See in the dictionary. Pickled.
It means to be intoxicated.
It means to be intoxicated. Wait 1 minute.
He said it off. Like what is intoxicated? So yeah.
Intoxicated. Chadada. Higher. See.
Ticked off means to make angry or indignant. To make angry. Exactly. Exactly. Pickle means to be drunk, man.
That's why we are saying pickled, no.
People have been angry as well.
Angry, annoyed, okay. Ticked is what? Angry, annoyed, irritated. Ticked and pickled is and I sat down, no. So It will be pickled only, no? I'm ticked also. I was angry, so I will sit or I'll leave. No, no. But you, the sentence will not leave, no. So that's why we are saying pickled, no. Ye baiti rahi hu.
I will sit here and then I
Okay, you understood.
will get the angry is appropriate and then I say that.
You will get angry, you'll sit down there and again you'll party. When you're intoxicated, you'll say.
Why we would with party?
You please don't.
Why we would leave without taking?
Guys, you all understood. You all understood what is ticked and what is pickled. What is the meaning of ticked? Ticked means to be angry. Okay. And pickled means what? To be intoxicated. So if you are angry, what are you going to do?
Leave.
You leave. But everyone is going to leave except this girl here. She says, I am going to sit if I am angry. I will sit because I have not had my dinner still. Okay. So the answer is pickled. Acha, chalo. Everything in the room was covered with dust. And the next one is E again. I cannot tolerate your laziness anymore. Next one.
Mom, when do we use covered in or covered with? What is the difference between?
Covered by and covered with.
But
No?
no, not like that.
Huh.
We say covered with and we say covered in also. What is the difference between covered and covered?
Covered with would be some kind of a surface. Huh? And in would be when it has the sponge. So that's when we could say in. Seventh. So sixth one is, what is the answer? A, B, C or D?
C.
C. A, the triple B, A. I don't think we can proceed with the matter without your expert advice or advice.
B.
B. Climatic or climatic? Climatic. Prophesy or prophecy? Did he ever prophesy anything? But bad news for me. Fourth, economic or economical? Economic growth or economical growth?
Economic.
Economic.
And actually, that's the
Eighth one, malaria, pandemic or endemic to areas?
endemic.
Endemic. The cleaner, scrunch or scrunched, actually this should be, it's written B there. So change that to H. Scrunched, scrunched and scrunched.
B.
B. Then his work consists of dash dealing with his people.
Off.
Off.
The child tumbled or stumbled over the stone.
Stumbled.
Tumble. To trip would be stumble. And if something has rolled and gone, then that's
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
huh? Stumble.
Ma'am, I have a doubt.
Hmm.
Ma'am, in eighth question, it is off. Third part, consider is off, and it's option B. But in options, there is no option B in third.
Acha.
Yeah.
So then we'll consider A. We'll have to consider A. His work consists in. But A, 1 minute. First, what we mark A, B. B and B. 1 minute. We'll see. Consist in or consist of. Now wait 1 minute.
Mom, but an answer, it's like It is actually very professional.
नहीं wait, consists in or of? Huh? Consists of, to have as its component, parts or elements. The whole consists of its parts. And consist in is to have as its essential feature. The whole is defined by its parts. See, sentences are given. The book consists of 50 chapters. The activity carried out at the plant consists of precision cutting. Consists in का क्या है? These are actually extremely confused. Consist in is there. What? The problem consists in his failure to cooperate, and the defense consists in discrediting the claimant. Open your dictionaries and check and see the difference. Open it. Open your Google. We like. Why only know?
We have a meeting and then meeting at 3. So yeah, that's
Okay. Okay. Which one was this now? Okay, we'll just take the answers. I won't then explain it. This consists in, just put a circle, we'll clear this in the next class. Okay. In the meantime, even you all try and see what it should be, consists in or consists of, and why. Next one, 9th. Continuous or constant? Constant attention. Continuously. Second one. Continuously or continually?
consist of your consist of dealing with people.
Which one?
Consist कर रहा है. अरे लेकिन अपने पास ऑप्शन ही नहीं है ना.
First is B. Second is B. Continually. Third is B. Imaginary. Fourth is B. Minimal. So your answer is all the C one, where you have all B's. 10th, what's the answer? C. B-A-B-A-A. So first is AIDS. Her masterful personality. It can't be masterly. Maze and maze. The chartered accountant went through the maze of papers. Again, it will be the B one, maze of papers. And tide and tide. And so the first one will be during high tide. A. The fisherman tide. A. So it will be B-A-B-A-A. 11th onwards, do it for homework, and for the next class, we'll remember to clear this consists in and consists of. Okay, and see these 10, there are just 10 here, but it's going to take time. You'll need to search and check for the words. Okay, and also exercise A. And how many of you have doubts with your test? 8 minutes. Huh? Aditya raised his hand. Okay. Raise your hand over there on the screen. Karmanya. Where Adesh went? Aditya had, I know. Nishi, 2 of you all. Okay. So that I'll see if midweek, if it can be cleared for you all. Okay, I'll try. I'll speak to sir. Fine? Okay. Chalo, then I'll end class. Okay, bye. Bye. Bye.
camera.
Yeah.
Nice camera.
It's nice, it's quite clear. Let me leave otherwise it's not. I like the अच्छा दिख रही है.
तो अगली बार आगे बढ़ जाए.
अच्छा हाँ ये टेस्ट था मैं वो पहले के टेस्ट का सोच रही हूँ आई क्लोज द मीटिंग अभी के टेस्ट का क्या है